Hello, you degenerates, and welcome to the 13th episode of Season 2 of Monster Mates.
Welcome back.
Spencer, please choose a number between 1 and 131.
24.
24 hours a day gets us Kusith girls.
Kusith. That's a persona.
That is.
Is that a dog?
Let me see.
I believe
it is a dog.
Okay.
It's a super dog.
A super dog?
You'll see.
I just remember the Oh.
We're going full furry today.
Oh. You're getting the artist on this one, bud.
I guess I am.
Yes, you are.
It'll be easy to find an artist for this, trust me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This will be probably the easiest one we'll get.
Oh, goodness.
Would you like to read it, or shall I?
I'll read it.
Okay.
I'll read it. This is my speed.
This is
I'll
his
get
speed.
A kind of beast man that originate from pet dogs bound to their masters by deep love that desired a body more suitable for serving their master, and due to this transformed into monsters after being showered in demonic energy. Since they were originally dog animals, these beings are close to beasts and their entire bodies are covered in fur. Since they monsterized due to a desire to wholeheartedly serve their master, they are extremely loyal, and it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that everything they do is for the sake of their master. After becoming a monster, their excellent I can't pronounce that word.
Olfactory.
Olfactory sense can discern more than just odors. They become able to sense when danger is approaching their master, as well as hostility from foreign enemies. With the powerful and nimble body of a beast, they can protect their master from all sorts of threats. They are highly intelligent and loyal to their master's orders. If instructed, they can master most things, including using human weapons and tools, reading and writing, and cooking food suitable to human tastes. Among them, there are even some Kusith that have become diligent scholars with a command of sorcery for the sake of their wizard masters. Also, they say that some Kusith are so well versed in etiquette due to their royal masters that they behave in such a refined manner that they can be mistaken for being nobility in high society. In this way, they can be more than just mere watchdogs, and they possess. It says possesses, and they possess the qualities necessary to become excellent knights in attendance. But no matter how much they serve, they never demand a reward. Just getting praised and petted by their master seems to be enough to make them happy.
Oh no!
From
it's
the bottom
meeting
of their
all
heart.
of his standards.
And it is said that due to such praiseworthiness, most masters prefer to keep them by their side and will end up showering them with even more love than they would their ordinary dogs. Oh my goodness gracious. In this way, they are intelligent and obedient, but as one might expect given the fact they were originally beasts, they harbor powerful bestial urges. When they become monsters, their body that is made so that they can serve their master will be a female body for the sake of bearing their master's offspring. Whenever they feel the warmth of their master or have their nostrils tickled by his scent, their body will throb, delightfully hungering for his seed. If pursued by their master, they would gleefully offer their body, but as long as it's not what the master desires, they themselves won't attack. For instance, even if their lust swells up so much that the slovenly expression oh, goodness. Of a dog in heat with enraptured eyes and a tongue hanging out appears on their face. Out of loyalty for their master, they will continue to bear it with determination. Oh my goodness. You get the last two.
Alright, yeah, I can tell you're losing it, but I got you. However, regardless of their will, since they're a beast, their body will release pheromones towards the male. Oh my god, whoever wrote this is bad. Their body will release pheromones towards the male once they are in heat. The pheromones will appeal to their master's male instinct, informing him that there is a bitch in heat ready to mate at any time. They can be exclusively his. Once a man's male instinct recognizes the Kusith as a female, naturally he will start to lust for her, and his penis will tower for the sake of impregnating the female. If they both continue self-denial in such a state, eventually their lust will turn into bestial lust, and the reason will be unable to suppress it. The two people will turn into two dogs. Under the domination of bestial lust, the master will mount the female just like a male dog, and forgetting even language. He'll indulge the female's flesh, violating her by violently banging his hips against her. Meanwhile, the bitch will realize that that she's being used entirely for the sake of her master, and experience instinctive joy for having her body and heat dominated by her master. And she will also forget language, only crying in a luring manner aroused by the male's bestial lust, even more than swaying her lips or her hips to guide his manhood even deeper inside. Okay, okay.
Whew. Whew.
So Trevor, what would you
real color tugging here? We forgot to say our rating at the beginning of this.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, we haven't talked about it, so I was gonna give this like a 5 for me.
I was gonna give this a 7.
After reading that?
After reading this, I'm giving this a 9.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Okay, so sneak peek behind the curtain for the audience here. I don't like dogs. I don't like dogs.
He doesn't like dogs. It's not that he doesn't like dogs. He's scared of dogs.
I'm terrified of dogs. I have had way too many bad encounters with dogs in the past.
Like, he'll see a good pupper and be like, "Oh, it's a good puppy," you know. But like, he won't like seek it out.
Not even remotely.
So, so this being what it is, apparently you have to own the dog first.
Yes.
Which you would not do.
If it was one of those small, if it's an ankle biter dog, then that will be fine. I'm not gonna get like one of those bigger. I'm not gonna get a husky. I'm not gonna get a golden retriever. I'm not gonna get a what's the breed? Saint Bernard. I'm not gonna get a Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernards are probably big airheads. I think we've talked about this before.
We have, yes, but
we've talked about this before with werewolf girls, but this is more distinctively, specifically your dog.
Doggos.
This is specifically your dog girl.
Mm-hmm.
Things I like. Loyal, honest, obedient, devoted. What I'm not a big fan of is how dog-like it is. So from the picture and from the description, I can say that it is 100% fur everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Got the big ears, got big paws on both hands and feet.
It even got the nose.
It's even got the boop in the snoot.
Mm-hmm.
So this is cutesy dog owning territory.
This is pretty much getting, like, with the description and the picture, this is pretty much going around to the conversation of, can Pokemon consent? This is pretty much what we're getting around to, is this conversation.
Can Pokemon consent?
It's like, this thing's basically a Pokemon.
It's basically a Pokemon. It's basically, if this thing said its name, it would just, if this thing said anything, it would just say its name over and over and over again.
But they can learn language. Like, they legitimately can learn the common language, or English, or whatever language you teach it. So.
But I imagine this thing being like the height of 4 foot. This is like a 4 foot small, like 3.5 foot thing.
I would say it depends on the breed you get, honestly.
Like, the maximum thing for me that I would get is I want a big husky. I want the big husky. I want the big Saint Bernard. I imagine Saint Bernards are just big dumb airhead girls.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be super cute. I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because one side of me goes, I like. There are many things to this. Boop in the snoot. Got the cute ears, got the cute paws. You have the loyal and obedience and the devotion. But you have things that I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of... First of all, I don't want to have kids with this thing. This is not something that I'm like, yes, I want to breed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently that's all she really wants.
Goes into heat, man.
Goes in the heat, and then eventually, if I suppress it long enough, I apparently will turn into a dog and then want to fuck her.
Yeah.
I'm not aboard the Red Rocket train. I'm can't say I am.
Here's the thing, you won't have the red rocket. Your mind's just gonna act like that.
Right. So why for you? Tell me, indeed, because I know for me, as you know, this is like a 4 or 5 for me. Like that's we normally wait till the end to tell our numbers, but like for me, there are a lot of things here that I'm kind of like it's too far. The spectrum of like there's the spectrum. This is way too far over into the spectrum for me.
What he's referring to the audience who don't know is the furry spectrum of humanoid to full on furry. And to where usually most like neko girls, like cat girls you see in anime, they're usually at like a 3, whereas this is a full on 5 like furry.
Like 5, like from scale to 1 to 10, this is like an 8 through 10 kind of. You're on the furry scale.
Yep. Also also just to figure out like sizes. I've been looking at dog breeds who get like tall. These things would be super small.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
like,
I feel like they get a couple feet.
What's it? The Great Dane, which usually gets to about 28 to 30 inches, would be like 2.5 feet.
I just imagine the dog, like, the dog that's literally bigger than most people when it's on its hind legs.
Yeah.
I feel like that is the only dog I would straight up go for.
Mm-hmm.
That and like the bigger dogs I would go for. But like, here's the thing, like brothel wise, you can go in like. You can go into the pound and pick one you want for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, I personally wouldn't be like, let's go there. Trevor would be like, I'm down for it right now. Let's go.
Yep,
boys
let's go.
night out. Let's go do it. It's like, all right, fine.
I want in.
And it's like,
let
sure.
me in.
Let me in. I personally wouldn't seek this out. It's not my thing, but I wouldn't be against being along for the ride. Is what I'll say.
Yeah.
So go in detail why you like this, Trev.
Okay, so first and foremost, although I don't have a thing for smell, I think out of all the senses of the human body, I don't care about smell at all.
Yeah, like I always thought that was a weird thing when, like in like animes or whatever, they go sniff, sniff. I'm like, bro,
sniff, snorf.
Yeah, like that's I never got it. I never got it.
Well, yeah, no. If I had to lose any of my senses, smell would be the one to go because I don't care about it. However, I do like the fact that these things are super into smell because I like to be hygienic and I like to experiment with different like smells for like my shampoo and conditioner and for my body wash and all that. So having something, or I should say someone to appreciate that is already a nice little personal like point right there. Mm-hmm. Secondly, they're so small and furry that it would just be so like they would just be so cuddly and adorable.
That's like where I'm at like with my thing. But here's the thing. I'm in the position of I would want to have one as an actual dog.
Yes.
Like like petting, cuddles, boop snoots, head pats, and just all this stuff would be something that I would want. But it's like when it comes to actually fucking them and breeding, it's like no, I'm good.
Yeah, the heat thing, the heat meter as I will refer to it
The
as.
heat meter? You got a little
The-
UI from a video game, just like a little meter, like the heat meter is rising.
And it's like, oh no. Oh
Time to
no.
pleasure.
Like, obviously the heat meter is going to be an issue because, yeah. But literally doing it anytime outside of that heat meter would be very nice. I'm trying to think.
Because I know this is your territory. Because
Oh, yeah.
This is Trevor's territory of expertise.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. There's one thing that I feel like a lot of people who are also furries that listen to this are going to want me to ask, but I'm not going to ask it.
Wait, why?
Because I know that they'll want to ask it because furries have been fighting over this for so long.
All right, you can tell me afterwards, but comments tell us down below if you know the question that he wants to ask. You can ask it.
It's gonna be one of two questions that they're probably gonna want me to ask, but I'm not going to ask it.
Gotcha. I would just say this is too animal-like for me. That's kind of where it goes. It's just too animal-like for me.
I like the fact that it's very animal-like.
Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like animalistic to a point. Like, and again, this comes down to preference. Like, I love shark girls. Shark girls are great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love snake girls. Snake girls are great. But, like, obviously there's a trend there.
Yes.
Whereas for Trevor, trend is definitely for more furry.
Mm-hmm. What's it? Trying to think. Also with some of the different breeds of dogs, that gives you a whole bunch of variety right there.
Yeah, variety is great.
Like what's it? Even though I am not a big fan of dogs, my family, we take care of foster dogs and help them find their forever home. So obviously I have been around a lot of different dog breeds as of recently. And I think my favorite dog breed would be Shih Tzu, I would say.
Really? A Shih Tzu?
Yeah, funny enough. So just having a little, it'd probably be like 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet tall, if even that, for a Shih Tzu.
If we're talking like I said, I like bigger ones, but I know for a fact that one I can imagine a cute one being like a Havanese.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think I'm good with getting my rating now, because I think we talked about it enough to where we know where we stand on it. And again, it's a personality kind of thing of just, I'm not for this, but I see where it is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So for the cuteness, for the head pats, for the boop snoots, for the overall cuddliness and lovability of them, this is a 4. But since this show is about fucking them and wanting to fuck them, this is
no
a 4.
Wholesome here.
No wholesome here. Wholesome gives it points, but it gives it 4 points for me.
Mm-hmm.
What would you rate it, Trevor?
My final rating is a 9.
Straight up 9.
Straight up 9, because we're gonna peek behind the curtain a little bit some more here.
Oh man, this curtain doesn't exist.
It pretty much doesn't at this point, at least for this episode. There's a big Master Apprentice role playing thing here. I'm very or I shouldn't even say role playing, dynamic, more like. I'm very much into that. I like that a lot. So being able to teach this thing, I'm trying to think. But basically just being able to teach it all this kind of awesome, cool stuff that I'd be passionate about, while also getting them into the bedroom as well. That's a big combo.
Big positive for you.
Super positive.
Super positive.
Even though it is a dog.
Even though it is a dog. Again, it's too far into the animal side for me, but I'm sure whatever artist we get is going to be very good at it, because the people who draw this are very good at it.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Leave your comment down below. Would you fuck a Sith girl? Why or why not?
Would you go for?
What kind would you go for? Please let us know in the comments down below.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like if you so desire. If you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want updates on the show, follow us on the Twitter. And be sure to check out the amazing artists who did the thumbnail for this episode.
Trevor's going to get this one. I'm giving him reins on this one, so it'll be good.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Your time was valuable. Thank you, give us. And see you later.